Welcome to LifeSpider Quest with Answers. This is the place where no questions are too big or too small, the place where we encourage you to embrace your ego, find all of your life purposes, and inspire you to follow your vivid vision so you can live a life in passion, peace, and performance. My name is Frida Cabo, and I'm excited to be here as the connection between your questions and the answers that comes up for Birgitta Granström. She is the founder of LifeSpider System and the leader of the international LifeSpider movement. We're both original from Sweden, but now Birgitta lives in California and I'm here in New Zealand, coming to you online so you can listen and ask questions from wherever you are in the world. So welcome again to LifeSpider Quest with Answers. Let the quest begin. Yay, Birgitta, we are here again. Lovely to see
Yes,
you.
we are. Yeah.
Lovely
Good to
to
see you
have you.
too, Frida. Yeah.
I'm really excited about these calls because I thought about it before we jumped in, and it's really given me the opportunity to share the answers that I know you have to almost every situation. And I never stop being surprised and amazed by your answers because they are always twisting the perspectives and showing a different way of looking at things. So that's really something that I appreciate about you and about us doing this so everyone else can listen as well. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, that's
And
interesting. And I'm sitting here and so curious about the questions and yeah, twisting things to a different perspective. That's my favorite uh, thing to do. So we are a good team, Frida.
yeah, great. We're in the right place.
Yes, we are.
And I was thinking, because here in New Zealand, we're in the lockdown
Mm-hmm.
still. We're in our fourth week, and in my weekly group coaching sessions, we had something coming up that I think a lot of people are coming up for a lot of people, and
Mm-hmm.
that was that they felt ashamed of not having done more because, as we've said all along, and this is such a great opportunity to really step out of the normal and create a new normal.
Mm.
But a lot of people are feeling ashamed that they haven't done more, haven't done what they thought they would have or should have
Oh,
done.
I
So I would love to hear
see.
your thoughts around that.
Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind is that people need to allow themselves to adjust to a situation. And this is what I mean. You have heard me say it thousands of times that people is too rushing too quick into the how and to the doings. And I think people really have to realize that this is kind of a new situation. They have no clue what's going on, and you need to adjust to the situation. You need to calm down, and you need to say, okay, this is the situation, and relax a little bit. Because if
Mm,
you start to be ashamed and you thought, okay, now I have all the free time in the world and I should do that, I should clean the kitchen, I should do the garage, I should play with the kids and everything, and think, I mean, that's just blocking your thoughts and your well-being, and then you start to get in the negative emotions instead, and then your creativity is slowing down. So I would say to people, I mean, you said it's just 4 weeks, so maybe now people take just a couple of days or maybe even one more week off and just adjust to the situation and say, okay, I'm good, I am safe, this is a new situation, it's okay for me to do nothing. So and when people start to relax, then they can get the ideas. Okay, what is it they really want to do, instead of rushing things and put the negative, as you said, the guilt and shame. I think it's ridiculous. I mean, it really is ridiculous. So, hello, folks, calm down, relax, and everything will just be fine.
yeah,
That's my first thought.
I love that. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I know it's so easy just to look at everyone else like, oh, they're doing online yoga now. Oh, I should do that as well. And they're doing that and everyone pivoting and what you see on social media, they're spending so much time with the kids and living the happy life. And then you don't really feel it yourself.
No, I mean, and maybe for a couple of days, switch off all the social media and listen to yourself. I mean,
Mm,
it's impossible to compare you to somebody else, and also be aware of that what you see on the social media is just half of the truth. I mean, people want to show off their best sides, and they are in panic to do stuff. And if you quit comparing with somebody else and just figure it out, okay, what is it that I want to do, and then you will do exactly what you are supposed to do, and it will be easy. But that's just stressful, and try to copy other people's way of doing things. And even if you see, okay, they are doing online courses, they are playing with the kids, and you don't know, I mean, how successful are they really behind what they are talking about. You have no idea. I mean,
yeah.
everyone have their own struggles, and relax and stop compare yourself to others that much. And I mean, live a couple of days without the social media and get connected with yourself before you start.
Mm, yeah. I love that.
uh, I mean, no, I that's no. It's also ridiculous to
Yeah.
compare it with others. I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
feel good, good. What do you want to do right now to feel good? I mean, maybe you just want to have days with watching TV shows. Don't play, just eat ice cream with your kids or whatever. I mean, maybe that's exactly what you are going to do. That makes you what makes you feel good in this precise moment? That would be
Mm.
the best question for people to ask themselves.
And if you feel that you want to do something important and contribute to other people, like maybe feeling like there's a distance between eating ice cream with the kids and feeling good, but you also want to do something important.
And that's too, it's kind of a misconceptions that other people's outside your house is more important than yourself. So
Mm,
if you start to, and if every single individual did this on the planet, they start to focus, okay, what can I do today that makes me feel good, and the people I have to close around me. I mean, you have to, if you want to do, I mean, you can start to feel good that you actually want to contribute to the evolution and doing good for others. I mean, just to have that feeling is a good thing. I mean, and so be proud of that. And then include yourself to the rest of the people. I mean, you are a person in the world as well.
mm,
So the world would look so much different if everyone single individual start to take care of themselves and make themselves feel good at first. Because it's when you feel good, when you are relaxed, when your kids are healthy, your animals are fed, and when this is working, then you have the space to be creative. And then you have the energy, and you have an abundance of energy and ideas you can share with the world. But if you start to put the guilt and shame and blame for not doing enough and not doing things for other people, I mean, you are killing your creativity.
mm. And
Relax and
if you,
start to feel yourself.
yeah, and if you feel you never get there, like you giving the kids food, you taking care of the animals, you doing a lot of things that you should do, but never getting to the space where you can spend time on your creativity.
And then the question is, well, never get there. What does it mean? I
Mm,
mean, in your question, it sounds like, okay, it should happen now. We have been in lockdown for 4 weeks. I should be successful out in the world and helping all other people. I mean, quit thinking about the timeline, because the
mm,
timeline is not important. If you're supposed to do, and when you do the right things, the time doesn't matter.
yeah.
So I never get there. It's just something in your head, and that you get in your head because you compare to others, and you don't see what others is doing. What you see now, I mean, you start in your yoga studio, your meditation classes, or whatever it is. You don't know how much work they have put behind before they
Mm,
got.
yeah.
I mean, everyone, that you see what other people do, because it can be useful to see other people's success. But you should know everyone that you see that have a successful business or doings. They have put lots of work behind that you don't see. I mean, most people have, I mean, spend years to practice or failures and everything. So, I mean, you have to focus on your journey and see and look at the progress you are doing each every single day. So, I think the most important question is when you go to sleep at night, feel okay, did I do the best I could do today?
Mm.
Uh, do I feel good about myself for today? And if you do, that's good enough. The rest will take care of itself.
Yeah, I love that.
So I think if you can keep the feeling of okay, I do want to contribute, I'm going to contribute to other people. If you just keep that feeling and say, okay, I rely on that, I trust that, and then
Mm.
the only thing I can do is take tiny baby step every single day, and you have to include yourself and feel good.
Yeah, so really relax into that, and yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's about to take the opportunity. Now you have
Mm.
the opportunity to relax. You don't have to sit in the car for 2 hours. You don't have to be at work 9 o'clock every day. I mean, so it's really an opportunity to relax and see what's happening. You have the opportunity to listen to yourself. You have
Yeah.
the opportunity to think instead of doing.
Mm.
So I think that's actually the biggest opportunity people have right now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
don't
we
miss
had.
out on that by doing stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a really good
Mm.
metaphor for that. When you're in the garden in the spring, before you put anything down, you have to take away what's there. You have to take away the weed, and this is an opportunity for really having a clean slate and start over and see, okay, what nourish the earth, but also see what do I want to put down there. But before we do
Exactly.
that, we have to make space for it. So yeah.
Exactly. Good metaphor. I like it. Yeah. So take care of that. And can you imagine make a clean slate? I mean, then you have an opportunity to do that. That's
Mm.
amazing. It will free so much space and creativity and new ideas and new connections and new things that you even couldn't imagine possible.
Yeah. Oh,
So that would
exciting.
be interesting to hear the response for people who actually take the opportunity to relax, to things, to be with themselves for once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. And
it's
we're
good.
almost touching on the next question as well. Um,
Oh,
it is building on something that we talked about last week, um,
okay.
when we talked about free will, that free will does not exist, and
Mm-hmm.
that is a misunderstanding between free will and free choice. And
Yeah. Right.
they would like you to talk a bit more about that because she doesn't understand how she can create her reality if you don't have a free will.
I mean, you have to. Let's see how it can. It's in one way you can also say it's a play to play with words, but I think it's important to see there is a difference. To have the free will, it's more to see okay what's here and following the flow, following what's here, because most of the time, and this is depending on people, is not really capable right now to find, they don't know what they want, so they really cannot talk about the will, but they can see what is going on, what do I have in front of me right now, and you can make a choice. So what do I have right now and where do I want to go? There is always a choice. And if you don't know what you want and you have the free will, you can always go back to say, okay, what choice will make me feel the best right now?
Mm.
So it's more, I mean, you if you can stop to wanting that much, you can relax and instead be in a state of mind that makes you feel good. And know that you always have a choice. You always are in control of your life. And when I talk about the free will, it's kind of the whole evolution. It's everything is just here to improve, to be better, to become better. It doesn't matter if you are a bug or a human or a horse or a grass or whatever. Everything is just trying to improve. So that's if you feel okay, I'm a little bit better today when I go to bed than I was when I woke up this morning. And that's enough, because then you are following the flow instead of try to wanting something. And the free will is also coming from the value in the society. What are you supposed to want? Wanting, can you say that? So it's not coming from you. And when you get to there is a possibility to get to a point where the free this evolutionary will going goes together with your own will. It's when you are in tune with the whole universe, with the whole evolution, and with everything. And then there is so many possibilities, and all possibilities that are presented for you are right. So it's just okay. What do I want to do today? So there is a point, but there is some work to do to get to that point that you are in a total alignment with everything that there is. There is
Yeah.
ideas, and it's hard. And don't even try to go there immediately, because it's too hard, but it's possible. And then it's the same. The will and choice, it's the same.
Does it also has to do with that you cannot always change what happens to you, but you can always change how you react or what you do with it?
And absolutely. I mean, absolutely. So that's also it's down in our values and what we learn in the culture, in the society, that certain things are bad, certain things are good, certain
Mm,
things you are a good human if you do certain things. And so it just you have labeled things with good and bad, but you always have a choice to perceive a situation in your own way. You have a choice. But it's kind of, if something really bad happened to a person, something, you have to feel bad for it, otherwise you are not a compassionate person. But
mm,
actually you can instead look of the situation, okay, this, I mean, you can feel sad, you can have all those feelings, scared or whatever, but at the same time you can say, okay, this happened for a reason, because everything is happening for a reason. And what can I learn, and what's the takeaway for me in this situation, so I can become better.
mm.
So everything that's happened to you is a gift. It's a
Yeah.
gift for you to improve and become better.
Mm. Yeah, and I mean the current situation is quite an extreme example of that. That we cannot
It is.
want to avoid this situation or the lockdown. That's not a situation that many want to be in, but we can choose how we want to react or how we want to use that time or how we want to see it. So yeah.
Exactly. And that's why you have to sit down and really think, okay, because some people, it's also a thing that you are supposed, oh, this is not normal. We have to go back to normal. I mean, it's something, okay, this is unnormal. This is bad. I want my job back. I want to go back. But are you sure? Is that really what you want? I mean, instead, and see, okay, if this is the best opportunity that's ever been presented for you to find yourself in a better position than you were before. I mean, just by thinking like that, you maybe find that maybe this is not that bad. And I think some people and are really feeling this is an opportunity, and they really find, okay, I'm comfy with this. I don't mind being in my home like this. I'm kind of happy that I don't have to sit in the car and get dressed every morning. I can relax, I can have my coffee, I can watch the TV. And that's okay. But then we have the situation, and I understand that, okay, I need my work to get my money to put food on the table, but that's a completely other issue. but you have to realize, okay, I can actually like this situation, even if I have to fix the money things and yeah, to support yourself. So
Mm.
yeah. So
So what
just
would
because one thing is going wrong in life, you don't have to put your whole life in just one pot, kind of.
yeah? But what would you say to someone that is really enjoying the situation? Is really, yeah, excited about being at home and really want is where they want to be, and the situation is clearing up. We're going into level 3 here in New Zealand, and things are loosening up a bit, and you might have to
Mhm.
go back to so- uh, the old normal or the old
Yeah.
way where you don't want to be anymore. What would you say to them?
I would say stay where you are and imagine. Don't go anywhere. Don't go back. Start instead of think, okay, if this is my future life right now, what can I do to most for the most people is actually, okay, how can I get the money so I can pay my bills and get the food on the table. So what in this situation can I do so I can make the money I need so I can stay here and don't go back to the old normal that actually made me feel miserable.
Mm,
So, and of course, there is an opportunity. You just have to make a decision. Okay, start looking for it. Okay, I'm ready. I want to be here. So I'm not going back. You make a decision. I'm not going back to the old life. So okay, what can I do? Because it's thousands, millions of people who make their income by being at home. So there
yeah.
is opportunity, and maybe you have to do something else and let the creativity, and you start to looking for new things instead of, oh, now I have to go back and how will it be? And then you block your creativity and instead see, okay, so what can I do? What will show up? What kind of hobbies do I have? What service can I provide for other people? What do I have that other people really need from me that will really help other people? And I can deliver it here where I'm sitting right now. And I think that this is actually something that will change because in the society and the workspace and in organization, because people realize there is so much you can do in your home and you don't need to be in an office, for example. So it will be interesting. So to
Mm.
answer answer to your question, stay where you are, don't move. Yeah,
Follow your passion and the money will follow. Is that a concept that you believe in?
I would say that it's the only, if you want to have a happy life, those you have to start doing things from your passion. I mean, that's a human right to do the thing you have passion from. That's the
Mm,
only thing. And when you start, and when you know, for this person who is sitting up, okay, I'm home, what is my biggest passion? How can I make money from this right now? Because then you start to get creative and you start to looking in the right direction, you start to making plans, you start to see how can I charge for this, how will people pay me for this. And so of course there is no contradiction to passion and money, but the old culture, the old normal have made us believe that's how it is. We are so, most people are so stuck in the concept that I have to go to work and I don't, it's not the right, I don't have to like it, but I need to make money. So it has
mm,
been kind of truth. So if that's the truth, I can go and do things I hate doing to make the money. Why can't you do things that you love and make money? I mean, doesn't make sense to me at all.
yeah.
And I think this after this Corona time, I think more people will realize, they will have an aha moment that will, of course, create some conflicts in the organization and in the economy. Uh, but they realize, okay, I am allowed to do my passion, and it's actually possible to make money from it.
Mm,
So
definitely.
I would say the money is following you because you are make the right decision and you create the plans that's needed. So just because it's your passion, it doesn't mean that you don't have to work. You have to do all the other stuff. So you get money, but they are following because you are making it happen.
Mm. Yeah, and we're back to the feeling of feeling good. If you're feeling good about what you're doing, you're getting better at it, and
Yes.
just the positive
Yeah.
spiral going up. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just, and it's the first to leave the concept that work should be hard. It's okay if it's boring. You can't have it all, and all these things that you have been fed from the whole lifetime and for a generation, by the way.
mm.
It's not true, and this will change, and that's why also the, I mean, so many. I mean, the businesses, the organizations, economy, and everything, it will change because there is the crowd of people who want to have the change and see it's my life and it can end like this. So while I'm here, I won't actually feel good, and will do what I love doing. And when a person do what they love doing, they're also doing, as you said, the best, and it will also be the most helpful for the society and for the evolution. And there is the new equation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it feels like there is a shift in society.
Yes.
Just looking at my own childhood and looking at my kids, they're doing so much more things that they want, and
They're
so much,
smart. The kids are smart. Yeah.
uh, which makes it harder for parents as well. Because,
Yeah.
but we want to follow what they want as well. So it's
No,
interesting.
no. So I think actually, generally people should start to learn from the kids. I would love to see the kids be the teachers and put the grown-ups in the at school and teach them. Okay, this is how the world would look like if we
Yeah,
can make the decision and really learn from them, because kids are thinking in a different way right now, and they have an other level of awareness about things, and they, yeah. So I think actually they should be a teacher for some time.
but that's such a strange concept as well, even for my 8-year-old, because he's my teacher sometimes when it comes to English. Actually,
Oh,
he corrects me and he helps me with
oh,
words, and yeah. So and
nice.
he's like, "How can an 8-year-old teach a grown up?" He says sometimes. But
Because you know more, you are
yeah,
better. You have certain knowledge that I don't have. I mean, it just
yeah,
to realize you don't quit this hierarchy and age things. And I mean, the world is different. It's more united. So you are looking for, where can I find the knowledge? Yeah,
mm,
the English knowledge. Okay, I have it in my 8 years old son. Use it.
yeah,
No, you are too young, and you have to see the kids. Their value their knowledge, to
yeah,
give them the feedback. Okay, you actually you know more than me, and then we can be in a partnership. So you have to be in a partnership instead of the hierarchy.
yeah, yeah. That's so true. So, do you have to quit your job to live your purpose?
How- it no, it depends on where what kind of job do you have,
Yeah,
and I would say, can you find first? No, you don't. Of course, you don't have to. I mean, uh, the thing is that you see, okay, can I use what I learn or do at my job to feed my purpose? So that's one thing. Okay, so in what way am I fulfilling my purpose in my job? Maybe you just have to open your eyes and say, actually, you are in a place that's not that bad. Or maybe you have to struggle with some of the colleagues and the boss is not whatever, but there is something that brought you to the job in the first place. And maybe you can find a connection with your purpose. And you have to say, okay, I have this job right now because the more I learn, the better I can be on my purpose. And I will also say, if you have a job, or this is not what I'm doing, I'm just here to make the money, good. Because you also need to have the money right now, so you get the food and everything that you need, and you can make a decision. Okay, I'm here right now, and I know I'm here not because it's my purpose, but in the long run it will feed my purpose.
mm,
So I would say, if we use the LifeSpider strategy, I'm talking about, if you think about the spider, they are weaving a new web. But before they jump into the new web, they are hanging in a, their silver thread in the thread, and they never jump from just right out in the empty space to hurt themselves. So they make sure that the new platform is built before. And I think a person who really hates a job needs to see, okay, this is my strategy. You have to see, okay, I'm so lucky I can go and I can get the money while I'm building to live my purpose in the full,
Mm.
to my full. Yeah. So,
Yeah, and
and no, you don't have to, and it's stupid to just jump out before you have anything else in place, but be in peace with and make it's your choice to be where you are at, because it gives you some benefits. It's not just all bad.
yeah,
And you did put yourself in the job in the first place, so you can't blame anyone or anything else.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
amazing how you uh, like when you relax into that instead of, as we talked about in the beginning, living that I have to get out of here, I have to do something else, I have to just relax into it and say, okay, I'm here now because I need the money coming in. So I'm here now for that platform, but I know I'm gonna go out of here, get out of here. But as long as I'm here, I can learn these certain things that will help me in the future as well. So,
Exactly. So it's more that I mean, it's about to take responsibility for yourself, because if you say, okay, I hate my job, this is bad, and then you start to blame everything around you, you have no opportunity. It's but if you take responsibility, you have a choice, as we
mm,
talked about before, that okay, I can be there and feel miserable, or I can try to find the good stuff that actually helping me for the future. And as soon as you have a, I call it a future magnet, that your purpose is, when you know, okay, I am going to leave, I'm not going to stay here forever, it's in your plan. But don't put the timeline and say, okay, I need to be out here in 3 months, because then you feel bad again. But you see,
mm,
okay, I know where I'm going, and then you start walking. And with
yeah,
one step in front of the other, one foot in front of the other, you know it's impossible of not moving forward.
yeah. And also looking at what is it in this situation that I really appreciate. If there are certain things in the job that you really love or that
Yeah.
get your fire going, maybe you can do more of that and really, yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And spend time knowing and thinking about your purpose and what you are going to do. Nurture it. I mean, you have so much, what you say, free time that people is, they're not using it, but they can using it for been thinking about their future and about their purpose. And everyone needs a future magnet to be and stay happy, and to be
mm,
able to be present in the now. So
yeah,
so everyone needs a future magnet, no matter what they are doing right now. And just by having that, the current job can be, feels okay. I mean, maybe you don't love it, but it feels okay, and you can be happy because you know where you are going.
mm, yeah, but dare to look at it, because when we
Yes.
just feel unhappy about it, we don't really go into the specifics. We just, this is big,
No. And
but
that's actually back to the what we talked about before. It's that when people start to get this, how can I move? What kind of job am I going to have? What is my purpose? And they start to looking to find a how and go into action too quickly. Then you are messing up everything, instead
mm,
of just no, I mean, just the feeling of knowing I'm not going to stay here. And then you are in control of your life. And when you are in control of your life, you allow new thoughts coming in, instead of being resistant and saying, I hate this. I don't want to go to the job tomorrow. I hate my boss, and the colleague was mad. And you call your friends and just complain about your day and blah, blah, and you go downwards in energy. That's your delegating your responsibility of yourself to other people. And that's
mm,
not fair. Take care of your own life. And yeah, so
yeah,
I
choose
I can
how you.
stop teaching.
Yeah, we have one last question that I think ties in very good to what we've been talking about. Um,
Okay.
so she writes, I had the time of my life when I was 20. Now I'm twice the age and longing back to what I had then. How how can I go forward? I feel a great sadness that I haven't come further and I'm stuck where I am.
Oh, yes. So at first, again, you are not stuck and you have coming a far way. I mean, you are, you definitely are not stuck. And the thing is, you have to change and see actually what have you been doing for those 20 years? Because every single day is a preparation for something.
Mm,
And this is that if you put a goal, I want to go there, and you think that's the only thing have a goal, and that's why goal it's terrible. And I would say quit to setting goals because it's not working. It's never working. It just make you feel miserable, like this person. And you had to go and think, okay, I'm still not there, and then that's why you are unhappy. And you are not just unhappy today. You are unhappy 20 years unhappy because you you think you would be in another place, and instead start to look at where have you been doing, what have you been learning, what kind of milestones have you actually walking through during this, and what's the big preparation you have been doing for those 20 years.
mm,
So
yeah.
that's, and maybe even that goal you had 20 years ago, maybe that's something you don't want anymore. Maybe there is something else that's calling you, and
Mm,
start to look, okay, so what is my future holding on for me? What if I don't care about the goal? Forget it ever happened. I mean, go back in time and say, I never set that goal at all, and see what is it, because you can find, as I said, the goal is not working because it's s- you put a goal on the paper from your mind, building on situation and circumstances that you have no idea about. I mean, in what way have your circumstances changed during those 20 years? I mean, your values, your passions, your experience, and everything. So I think it's just to put the reset button and start all over again now, and see, okay, what would I do if I forget those 20 years? I don't know if it's even happened, maybe it didn't. And here I am, fully alive with all the possibilities, and I can do exactly what I want. So
mm,
how do you feel to letting go of this old goal and never ever have to feel sadness for your past 20 life, and instead can feel, oh my God, I have done this and this and this, and I forgot I did that. Or, and I know this. I mean, so much knowledge and experience you have that's now ready to pop and become something. And then it will go that fast. But you have to let go of, it's just this judgment that you are supposed to go in a certain direction in a certain amount of time. Quit, stop doing that, and following your passion, and take action on what feels good.
yeah,
So you are
love
not,
that.
you are not stuck.
Yeah.
No.
And if you feel that it's too late, I know that's a feeling that comes up for many.
What is too late? What do you mean? What can be, what can ever be too late? I mean, if something is not done, how can it be late? I mean, that's also just related to this linear timeline with the years. It should have happened there. I mean, and it's just in your mind. It's just something you have, people have come up with. And so if we just quit that, I don't really understand. It can never be too late. Nothing is too late.
Yeah.
But it's
Very.
more a question of, do you want to wake up 20 years from now and still feel sad and you feel stuck and complain that you didn't haven't come further, or do you want to change it, or do you want to go in the right direction? So I think in most time when people feels like that, because this person is not alone.
Mm,
uh, so It's because they are. I miss what I was going to say right now. Can you help me, Frida? What were I going to say? I have something good in my mind. Uh, it's no, I don't know. I just repeat myself. It's when you are trying to. No. It's because you feel those kind of feeling because you don't know in what direction you are going, and you
Mm,
try to you kill it by making a plan and a timeline and a goal instead of say, okay, so what's your desire, what's your intention? That's why I love with the LifeSpider system we are working with intentions, with
mm,
intention that are unconditional. A goal is conditional with the time and the ways and everything. But if you just have this desire about the direction and you look at your GPS and see, okay, I'm walking in the direction of my intentions, then you can feel happy every single day,
yeah.
whatever you are doing.
Yeah, but because it becomes too late when you're holding on to old goals,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then you don't have to do them, you just have to let go of them. Yeah.
Exactly. Let go of them. And if there is a goal that's so important for you, I mean, be sure it will come back, but maybe it will come back in another form,
Yeah.
better, more comfortable, and so you will never ever lose anything by letting go. It's
Mm,
rather the opposite. Because if you let go of things, it can come back in a purer, more delighted, happy form instead of you
yeah.
holding on to it and say it must be like this, and then you can struggle, keep on struggle.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I would love this to continue this conversation, but it's time for us to to finish up.
Okay.
And so, yeah, remember, it's never too late. Follow
No.
what feels good. Follow the feeling, and close social media if it becomes too much. Um,
Yes.
so, thank you so much for today, Birgitta. I hope that
Yeah.
everyone had as much value as I did from this conversation, and I'm looking forward to see you next week again.
Yeah, me too. And I thank you for the questions. I love your question. It's good questions, and I really wish you go out there and follow your passion, do what feels good for you, and see you are in control and you can do whatever you want. It's just to make a choice, and you can make your choice now. You don't have to wait even for tomorrow. Make it now. So
Yeah, great.
thank you,
Thank
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for all the interesting questions. And remember to ask more questions in the comments or using the form below. Your questions are really valuable to us, and we know that by sharing your question, you also help someone else. So thank you very much. And remember to subscribe and like so you will get the notification when we do our next broadcast. I'm looking forward to see you then. And please write your biggest takeaway from this conversation in the comments. Thank you very much and see you. Bye.